Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about packing. I'm going on this trip around the world in 80 days, and so I'm going to be gone for quite a while. This isn't like a trip to the beach or even like, say, a week-long trip to the Caribbean or London. You got to think about what you're going to take very carefully, and you don't want to take too much, and you don't want to take too little. So I'm gonna just tell you a little bit about how I pack for something like this. I always make sure that I take with me sturdy boots. In this case, I'm partial to hiking boots. Something like this, these are exceptionally well constructed. They're going to last me the entire trip. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. So if I'm having to walk through the rain an awful lot, if I'm in some kind of rural areas and it's dirty, it's muddy, I'm good to go. This is a backup charger. And this is pretty powerful. So it can power my iPhone. It can power my headset. It can power whatever it is that I need it for. This is small. It's slick. It can slip in. I can put it into these shoes or something like that. I'm going to be calling into radio shows all over the world. And it's pretty important that I be able to do that. And you can't always count on a reliable signal here in the United States, much less in some other remote parts of the world. Well, this is a satellite phone, and this phone I can get a signal anywhere in the world, provided that I have a clear line of sight to a satellite. So you just got to get out in an open space, not between buildings. Certainly not indoors, and put up your antenna, and away you go. And I can get a reasonably clear signal from anywhere. Earplugs. I take them because if you're on a flight of the sort that I'm taking, so much of the fatigue you experience on long flights is noise. It's the noise. You maybe don't realize that until you put some earplugs in, or if you can afford them, noise-canceling headphones. But these things to me are terrific because it really reduces your level of stress, and it can give you the illusion on a packed flight. It can give you the illusion when you close your eyes that you're all alone, and that sometimes is a nice illusion to have. Another little luxury item that I personally like to have is I listen to a lot of talk radio. And on a trip like this, there are shows like the Janet Parshall Show and the Rick and Bubba Show, the Eric Metaxas Show, that I'll listen to. And I can do that on my iPhone, but I like this little thing here. My secretary bought me this for my birthday a couple of years ago, and I love it because it's waterproof, and it's got a little suction cup. You can stick it on a mirror or something, and it's got brilliant sound. And we are going around the world during 80 days of college football season, so I'm sure my son and I will enjoy being able to listen to some of the football games like this, so we can listen to them together. So a little thing like this, and this is sturdy. This thing here, you can abuse it a bit, and it's going to be just fine. I've worn hats my whole life. I love hats, and after going to my dermatologist a few years ago and having some cancer cut out of my nose and out of the back of my neck from the sun exposure, I've become a much bigger fan of wearing hats. Baseball caps, they tell you, don't do you that much good in terms of protection from the sun, and this is true, by the way, whether you're in a cold climate or a warm one. So you tend to burn your ears, or you'll find your dermatologist hacking on you. This is what's called a Tilly hat. I've had these for many years. Tillys are virtually indestructible. There's all kinds of knockoffs of these. Columbia makes a version of this. Just about everyone does, but I think these are the best. These are the best ones. They're very light. You can smash them down, put them in your suitcase, and if it's a rainy day, you just put the hat on, you're good to go. If it's hot, if it's sunny, you've got the hat that you need. I'm one of those guys who feels like I'm not fully dressed if I'm not wearing my watch. I'm always wearing a watch, and I'm pretty hard on watches. I will break them, and so on a trip like this, I don't want to be without one. I don't want to break one in the third world and find that that I don't have what I need. And so I have here a Luminox. It's a Swiss-made watch. It's has the reputation. It's famous for being one of the most durable, one of the toughest watches in the world. Trips like this, it will surprise you how much, when you get back, you will feel like you've taken a beating, but your clothing, your suitcase, your equipment, your watch, all of this stuff will have taken a real beating. So it's important that you choose things that are quite durable. So again, this is how I'm going about packing to go around the world in 80 days. I look forward to hearing your suggestions.